Saigudia.
Yeah, I want to share with you this important message. Why do I cut on the one side of the mouth? I mean de-beaking. In times of de-beaking, I cut only the upper part of the mouth. Just look at this chicken here. Yeah, the advantages of cutting only one side of the mouth is that they don't power food while eating. So that's why for me I don't raise the feeders too high to stress this chicken while eating. They don't power food down. Whatever food I put in the feeder, they eat and finish it all. Another advantage, they don't bite themselves. By the time they make 1 year, if you cut both sides, by the time they make 1 year, they will be, the whole house will be naked. I call it naked because they bite themselves and you find they don't have feathers. They no longer have feathers on their body. So whenever you cut one side, they don't bite themselves. You find when by the time they make 1 year and a half, the whole house, they still have their feathers, and you might find only 2 or 5 chicken which are no longer have feathers on the body. Another advantage here of cutting the mouth, it reduces on the stress of this chicken, because whenever you cut the both sides, they lose a lot of blood, and if they lose a lot of blood, they will take time to recover. So you have to cut only one side to reduce on the stress. They will not lose a lot of blood. So it is an advantage in that this chicken will recover. They will have a quick recovery if you cut only one side of the mouth. So whenever you cut your chicken, make sure you cut today. The next day you have to put in an antibiotic for quick recovery. Yeah, give them an antibiotic for 5 days or 4 days. Make sure that it contains some vitamins, or you can buy a vitamin separately and an antibiotic separately. Mix them together and supply this chicken. Mix it in the drinking water. Give them for 4 to 5 days if possible. Make sure you don't skip an antibiotic, because it helps this chicken to recover so fast and they don't weaken. They have to continue eating. Another thing you have to do, you have to reduce on the food you give them, because they're not used to this mouth. They have to balance it while eating. They are stressed a little bit, so you reduce on the food, put in little until they are used to. They will eat. After a period of time, they will eat. Another thing, you have to reduce on the water that you've been putting in the drinkers. If they drink the whole jerry can, at least make it halfway. The next day, make it halfway. Whenever you cut the mouth, they reduce on the water they drink. Another thing you have to do is to keep an eye on them. Some of them lose a lot of blood and die. So whenever you see a lot of blood, check in the chicken house and see some chicken that are weaker. Give them an extra dose so that it will recover so fast. Thank you so much. Whenever you're cutting, for me, I use this cutter. It is to use, and you can use a knife. You put the knife in the fire, it has to be hot, then you cut the mouth. But this cutter is sold in the vet pharmacies. You can buy one. It makes the work easy. You can use this one, but for this, its a disadvantage is it leaves a lot of blood. It makes the chicken lose a lot of blood. But if you use a knife, then the hot knife, don't use specifically a knife that is not hot. Put the knife in the fire, let it be hot, and cut the mouth of the chicken. You can see here I cut only this part and leave the downer part here. You put it in the fire, it becomes hot, you cut the upper part. But you have to be so smart, because you can cut even the tongue. You lose the chicken if you cut the tongue. So that is it with this. You can see it is very good to be used. Or a knife is also nice to be used. The knife is better than this, because if you use the knife, the chicken does not lose a lot of blood. But if you use this and you cut both of the mouth, the chicken will weaken for more than 2 weeks. If you cut 2 sides of the mouth, and while using this kind of thing, they will spend a lot of time without recovering. So it's better to cut only one side. Look at this chicken here. They are 1 year and 2 months old, but you can rarely see those chickens that have lost their feathers. Just look at the chicken house here. Almost every chicken has its own feathers in the body. Just because I only cut one side of the mouth. Yes, I have some of them that have lost some feathers, but just look at this one here. I think it is still okay. It has lost only a few. But it is just because I cut only one side of the mouth. They grow up without biting themselves. Let's take a look on this. You see? So thank you so much. Let's meet in the next one.